time travel. We are going to be talking about time travel today, and I'm really looking forward to this. This is something that has changed my life drastically. I do this weekly, I would say almost daily, as I'm reflecting and projecting. But really, once a week, I'll sit down, get in that good meditative state, and I will time travel. And I'm talking about celestial time travel. Now, we're going to have to talk about the differences between real, true, genuine time travel and the sci-fi version of time travel. But before we do that, actually, this is a good point to do that. When we look at time travel, right, we perceive it as what we have seen in the movies. I get inside a machine, I push in a date in the past, I push a button, and poof, all of a sudden I'm back in February 12th, 1968, and I'm watching me be born in the hospital, right? Or I get in and I push, February 12th, 2099, and I go jump to my future birthday far off in the distance, okay? We also have these theories in science as far as time travel that you can only travel within the limitations of your life. Like I couldn't travel before 1968 because I didn't exist before 1968. So these are all just theories, theoretical theories. For me personally, I've always had a problem with this concept of time travel, the way we've perceived it. It's not like we can get in a spaceship and spin really fast in one direction and go in the past, or go the other direction and go in the future, or we could fly up in space and go really fast around this sun and, go in super speed and change all. It's all theory. It's all misrepresented, and it all creates this false perception of what time travel is. Time travel is real, and you do it all the time, and you're not even aware of the fact that you're doing it. It's dangerous, and it is amazing. It can be helpful, and it can be destructive. So, me personally, let me talk about my own experiences personally. When I was a child, I grew up in a very, very, I was going to say chaotic, abusive, manipulative, just a very badly broken home. My father was a bully, an abusive, alcoholic bully. He didn't beat on me, but he beat on my mom, and my sister had mental issues. My mother had mental issues. There was physical abuse and mental abuse and sexual abuse directed at me and all these things. But, as a child, even when I would be sitting in my room, something inside me would connect with me. Something would let me know that everything is going to be all right. Your life is going to turn out great. Don't worry. Don't worry. None of this has anything to do with you. It's nothing you're doing. Now, granted, as a child, I still had my issues, but I still had this sense of comfort coming in, this sense of knowing. I would receive this just intuitive insight, this inner guidance, this inner wisdom that let me know things were going to be okay. Let me know that I was going to meet my wife and I was going to have my children. It just kind of let me know what my future life was going to be like. And I found great comfort with this. And I would think about this, and I would think about what I was being shown and seen, and I would be appreciative and grateful, and I would hope and stuff. And still, of course, you're going through life and you're going through the webs and the nails and attacks and all these horrible things and all these great experiences, right? But again, as I got older, all of these things started to happen. They started to happen. And I still listen to that intuition, that inside, go with your gut, go with your heart type of a thing. But it was stronger than that. It was truly, I knew, don't worry, man. Everything's going to be okay. Don't let these things create you and manipulate you too much. I mean, after all, we know all we are is the end result of our experiences, meaning our memories. Whatever we have going on in our head, whatever we see, think, hear, perceive, creates memories. Those memories recycle and cycle in our head, and we think about them, and we live in those moments of memory, and they create who we are. They create what we hear as ego. If you have a bad memories and a bad life, you're going to be a bitter person. If you've had a great life, you can grow up to be this type of person. all of these things. It's just based on our experiences. That's all we are. It's all we are as far as this, the exterior person. We're only an accumulation of all of our experiences and the emotions that they create and the responses that we create from them. So as I went through my childhood, as I went through these stages and I went through this insight and wisdom and I got to my adulthood and stuff, I just had this knowing. Now, we've spoken in recent weeks about how your thoughts will manipulate your present life and how your thoughts will manipulate your future life. For example, 10 years ago, as I've mentioned before, 10 years ago, my wife and I had this really big fight about this one thing. Well, 10 years later, if I'm thinking about that event and I let that emotional state that happened then, that anger, that rage, that frustration, that sadness, depression, whatever it is, if I let that enter my present moment, I'm now interacting and acting and projecting an energy of that time, right? I've literally consciously traveled back in time with thought, took all the emotions and memories of that event, and I've now brought them into my future, my present moment, and now I'm acting, reacting, and being based on those. Think about what I'm saying. And the same goes for the future. Oh, my future is going to suck. Oh, my future is going to be this. Oh, my future. You're projecting into your future, which means that the insight and wisdom and guidance you're getting has to alter what it would naturally send because now it has to correct itself based on what you're projecting into the future. Bear with me. I know this is extremely confusing. Your thoughts, your present thoughts today are affecting your past, and those thoughts are affecting your present moment. Your thoughts of your present moment are affecting your future, and the thoughts of your future are affecting your present moment. Consciousness, awareness has no time. It does not have a calendar, it does not have a clock, and it does not wear a watch. It just is. It exists. You are outside of your body, your soul, your energy is outside of time, is outside of everything, is outside of creation because it is what created everything. So, when we're thinking about the past, when we're thinking about an event in the past, let me use my life as the example. I don't need to get into specific details, but let's say I start to think about an event that happened with my mother and me, something that troubled me as a child. If I today think about that event in a negative light, if I'm going, it was terrible, it was so, oh, that poor kid, oh my God, what happened to the boy? Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. What I'm doing, I'm that boy. I'm that old man. I'm me. I'm the young person. It's just memories in my consciousness. What I'm literally doing, though, is taking this emotional state now and projecting it back into that young consciousness. So instead of that young consciousness receiving calm and clarity and insight and comfort, it's receiving more chaos, more distress. Its future looks dim and bleak. It looks negative because the future is projecting to the past negativity. Now, I have an experience once when I was a child. I was standing in the yellow room. My mother referred to all rooms in the house as what color they were painted. The blue room, the yellow room, right? So I was in the yellow room and I was listening to the band America. The song was A Horse with No Name. Right? And I would just pick up the needle and go back and play it over. I've been to the desert on a horse with no name. You know the song, right? La, 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 right? I'm not a singer. So I'd pick up the needle and I'd go back and I just sat there listening to the lyrics and thinking about the desert and the sun. And I knew I would see this. I knew I would experience this. But I started to kind of cry as a child because of what was going on in my life. You know, I really wasn't happy. My parents were getting divorced. My sister was a monster and my mother was a nut. Right? And I was trapped. I was this little kid trapped. I was trapped. I loved my grandparents. My mother wouldn't let me go live with them. I would see my dad on Sundays, and I was 5 years old, and he took me to see The Exorcist. I was 5 years old, and my father took me to see The Exorcist. That was my Sunday outing with my dad as a child, or The Fury, or The Sentinel, or The Omen, right? Just the most insane things that a child should be exposed to. So, I'm this kid, I'm in the yellow room, I'm reflecting, and I'm thinking about my future, and I'm just so scared, and I don't know what I'm going to do. And I knew I'd meet my wife, and I'd live in the country, and I'd have my children, and everything's going to be okay. Fast forward to now, 50 years later, right? Maybe about a year ago, I was in my house with my wife, and I was having a conversation about my childhood. I was talking about those experiences. And I started to feel that sadness that I felt as a child. It started to affect my present moment. I traveled back consciously to that moment. Now I took everything from that moment. I was that little boy, and I felt broken. I felt afraid, even though this is my life now. I felt everything that boy had. And I said to my wife, I got to go out. I need to go for a ride. I got to get out of the house for a little bit. I got into the car, and we have a CD player in the car, and it's never on. It's always set for the radio. And when you turn on your car, it goes to whatever the last thing was on. It's the radio, right? This was a CD that I made for myself years ago with some of my favorite tunes on. I get in, I start the car, and the CD player goes on, and Horse with No Name starts playing. And I just sat back and I went, what the hell? And I looked up, and the sun was beaming through the trees, like the rays of light were just hitting my face through the windshield. I was absorbed into that light. The sound of the song just engulfed me. It wasn't just listening to it. I was inside that sound. I was in the rays of the sun. And in an instant, I was feeling, I was being that little boy, but I was the man I am now with the knowing I have now. And I spoke. I said, it's going to be okay, man. Don't worry. You have a beautiful life, an amazing wife, a beautiful home. Your children are great. You have an amazing life. Let it go. Don't be afraid. Be happy, man. Be that fun, loving person that you turn out to be. Make people laugh and just help people. I was physically, literally, the insight, wisdom, guidance, intuition that child received in 1975, 1974. I was communicating now at the moment in time when I reached that point of in time. Those two moments were linked, quantum entanglement, tethered. There's no separation. I was that child, the child was me, but I was able to take my conscious mind, my awareness of today, and comfort and talk to and guide my younger self. I was blown away. I was blown away because I truly realized it has been me all my life helping myself go along. The thoughts I have today, the person I am today, the knowledge, the insight, the wisdom, the transcendence, this being, this vessel, this voice is what speaks to that child. Just as me in 5 years, 10 years, 2 days from now, 15 minutes from now, 15 years from now, 50 years from now, is the person, the voice, speaking to me. You can heal the hurt you had in the past by reconciling it, coming to terms with it, understanding it, and literally quieting your mind, quieting your surroundings, and connecting with that point in your life and talk to that person. Because you are being spoken to by your future self. We have the ability to heal our past and guide our younger selves. With this information that we're talking about right now, the aspect that You truly can do this. And I want you to do this. When we're done today, I want you to sit down and think to a point in your childhood or teenage years or younger life. It doesn't matter when. I say childhood because that's really when this all started for me. But some point in your life where something was going wrong, but you knew, you received, you understood, you got through it. You got through it. Somehow, something, someone, some being reached out and guided you forward. I want you to think back to a point in your life when this happened to you. And I want you to realize and become aware of the fact that your present thought, the fact that you are at that moment thinking about it, perceiving it, and being in it, is what got you through it in the first place. This is amazing. This is one of the most incredible things you can possibly hear and have. This is beyond a gift, beyond a miracle. This is truly an ability, a celestial ability we are born with and that has been lost to us. Beyond ancient wisdom and ancient techniques, this is celestial time travel, and this is us. Consciousness. We're just that spark of light driving the vessel. We're just that energy of awareness. We transcend time and space, and you can heal and guide your past. And that's why today, you have to see, be, believe, and look at your future with gratitude, with love, and with hope. If you're not, if you don't, if I right now am going, oh my God, I can't pay my bills. Why is my husband this? Why is my wife this? Why are my children this? Why don't I have this? Why can't I have this? Why don't I do this? Then you are projecting that energy, first of all, right out into the collective consciousness, around you, to your friends, your family, everyone's picking up, feeling this vibration. You've lowered your vibrational existence. You're not being who you are, but you are consciously time traveling. You're letting your future self know that right now I'm having all these issues. I can't get past this. I can't see. I can't focus. I can't be present. Help me, someone, God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha. Please, someone help me. And they all do. They all do. All of these energies of awareness, all of these individual experiences and beings and consciousnesses are there. They're here. Once you are created, you're created. You don't go away. You don't die. You just evolve and transcend. But you are now taking your future self, that version of you that's 5 minutes away, 50 years away, and you are making it, in its present moment, reflect on and take that emotional state, bring it into its future. Now, it has to work back if it is aware of it. If you're aware of it, you have to go back and heal and guide that version of yourself. But again, you are altering your present moment. Heal the past. Guide the younger version. Don't be the past. Don't relive the past. And don't live in the emotional state created from past experiences. See the future with hope. See the future with gratitude. Be the future of love. Be the future of unity. And today, that projection will reach that future version of yourself. That future version of yourself will know at this moment of time, at this moment in your life, is when you transcended, when you stopped believing what is around you and perceiving what is around you instead of projecting what you know from your heart and in your mind and in your soul and in your being and in your awareness. We are love. We are compassion and we are kindness. We are not fury, we are not rage, and we are not hate, and we are not darkness. And perceiving and projecting those today, feeling those today, and being trapped in those emotional states are altering your present moment. Your present moment is creating thoughts and emotions, and you're projecting them out. And again, they affect all of those around you. They affect your younger self because you cannot clearly guide and connect with your younger self. And they affect your future self because now your future self has to realign and connect with its past to heal its future. Do you understand this? Do you understand the importance of this? Accept your present moment. Be the present moment. See, hear, feel, and exist in this moment. Whether it's pain, horror, torture, love, joy, and happiness in your past, see the past with humility. See it with love, and see it with forgiveness and understanding. Look at the future with light. Look at it with light, because your future is so bright. If you're seeing this broadcast now, if you get to watch this broadcast and you believe that you can consciously do this, then right now, this very moment is such a key, pivotal moment in your life. We create our reality. We create our reality. And what you're thinking about, doing, being, and seeing today and experiencing creates your reality, past, future, and present. Your thoughts and emotions are altering your life continuously. Your thoughts and emotions are altering your life always. Being in the present moment, daydreaming, staring off into space. These are natural abilities to let your mind clear itself. You know, you're staring out the window and you're drooling on yourself and somebody goes, "Hey, what are you doing?" And you're like, "Huh? What were you thinking about?" "Nothing." "Where were you?" "Nothing, I was just daydreaming." Think about that. We look at it as a negative thing, but you were daydreaming. You just were being. You weren't hearing, you weren't seeing, you weren't thinking, you weren't projecting, you weren't worrying, you weren't doing anything. You were just being. You were in your God-given natural meditative state. One that you don't have to pay for or have some guru teach you how to do. So really take those moments. Take those calm, quiet moments. Think about your past. Think about it with love. Speak to your younger self. Let him know it's going to be okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're going to get all the things that you've dreamed of in life and desired in life, and your life is going to be beautiful. Use all of the events and experiences that are happening to yourself now, and let those be what enable you to connect with people, help people, and get people past their own pain. Accept from the future self that everything is amazing and beautiful, and my present moment is exactly how it is meant to be, because it is me guiding myself, just as it has been you guiding yourself your entire life, and it is you guiding yourself your entire life. We'll talk about spiritual beings, angels, and guides, and all that in the upcoming weeks. But I want you to know, the number one person, the number one energy, the number one being who is inside you, communicating with you, connecting with you, trying to guide you, trying to assist you, and trying to help you, and trying to heal you, and trying to show you, is you. You. Just as you create your own reality, you create your own reality. It's us. It's me. Whether it's an illusion or a simulation, I'm here. Take this knowledge. Take this knowledge and understand your present moment. What you see, feel, and believe every single present moment. Every single present moment that you're aware of is going to dictate every single thing that you're going to see, experience, and feel next. It's true. Sit in sadness, live in sadness. See hurt and pain, be hurt and pain. Heal, guide, let go, forgive. You'll live it. You'll see a clearer future, and that clear future will connect with you in your heart, and in your mind, and in your soul. the abilities we have between celestial time travel and celestial meditation and all the things we're going to start talking about, they're all gifts. They're all gifts. They're all our abilities. They're all the things that we have programmed into this reality to enable us to successfully navigate and experience this reality. Whether you believe you're the universe or you're God, or there is a separate individual who created it, or it is a technology or an energy, that is what we need to believe and perceive, and that is what we need to project. We were created, we do create, and we are here to experience love, happiness, and joy, because we know that pain and horror and sadness suck. They enable us to know and see and and experience things. They enable us to see and know things that others don't when we experience pain and heartache and when we get through it, but it sucks. And if I can do anything to make your day, life, or experience that much better, then it's all worth it for me. This is all I've ever wanted to do. Speak to everybody at the same time. Let them know that they are not alone, we are not alone, and no one is alone. We are connected and united beyond what you can comprehend, because we are all one field of conscious awareness. We are a field of energy that just creates and creates and creates. So, before we wrap it up, are you going to live today in your past? Are you going to be worried and in fear of your future? Or are you going to heal and guide your past so you have a beautiful, loving future of hope and freedom and equality for all? That is the future that's on deck for us. Believe it, because I'm creating it in my reality. Everyone, I will see you Wednesday night. Please, if you have any questions, if there's an issue in your life, if there's something you're wondering about life, maybe I know the answer. Maybe I can help you find the answer inside yourself. Reach out, use the contact, email me, unityofone2017@gmail.com. Email me. Like I said, contact form, email me, Instagram, Facebook. Reach out. Let me know what I can do for topics, what I can help you with, what kind of questions you have, what kind of things you're afraid of, and what you worry about, and what your daily life is like. Because if I can help you make that present moment better, then that present moment is better. And that's what we want to do. Live in the present moment. See, be, feel love and gratitude always. Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.